What if I told you that one of the world's biggest continents might already be splitting apart right now? Under the soil of Ethiopia, something huge is happening. Something so powerful, scientists fear it could reshape the map of the planet. This isn't a movie. It's real. And it's happening faster than anyone expected. Today, we delve into a terrifying geological mystery, Ethiopia's volcanoes, and the shocking possibility that Africa is splitting in two. Grab your headphones, relax, and get ready. Because what you're about to hear is both unbelievable and absolutely true. Our journey begins in one of the most unusual places on Earth, the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia. This region looks like another planet. Scorching heat, toxic lakes, and miles of black volcanic rock stretching across the desert. But beneath this alien-looking landscape lies something even more shocking: a massive tear in the Earth's crust. This tear is part of the East African Rift System, a giant fracture running over 3,000 kilometers across the continent. Scientists describe it as a place where the Earth is literally pulling itself apart. Every year, the two sides of Africa drift away from each other just a few millimeters. But the pressure building beneath the surface is enormous. Ethiopia sits right on this geological fault line. And because of this, volcanic activity here is not just common, it's extreme. Lava lakes, like the one inside Erta, the gateway to hell, bubble constantly, fueled by magma chambers just beneath the surface. So why does this matter? Because in recent years, Ethiopia's volcanoes have started behaving strangely. Scientists monitoring the region have picked up signs that something big is coming. Ground swelling, sudden earthquakes, gas emissions, and unusual magma movements. Ground uplift is one of the biggest warning signs. Entire sections of land are rising, slowly but steadily, meaning magma is pushing its way toward the surface. And when magma rises, it rarely comes quietly. It leads to eruptions, fissures, and sometimes catastrophic geological events. In fact, researchers were stunned when a huge crack suddenly opened in Ethiopia back in 2005. It was 60 kilometers long and appeared in just a few days, something that would normally take centuries. For scientists, it was like watching Africa split in real time. The question on everyone's mind: could Africa really split into two continents? The simple answer is yes. But the full explanation is far more fascinating and far more frightening. Africa is slowly breaking apart along the East African Rift. Over millions of years, this rift could widen into a massive ocean, similar to how the Red Sea formed. That would create two separate land masses. But here's the terrifying part. While the full split will take millions of years, the events leading up to it, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and giant cracks, can happen in our lifetime. They are happening right now. This isn't just a scientific puzzle. Real people are living on top of this geological pressure cooker. Villages in Ethiopia and neighboring countries have already experienced the consequences. Sudden lava floods, homes swallowed by newly formed fissures. Earthquakes are shaking entire towns. For these families, the ground itself has become unpredictable. Roads crack open overnight. Farmland collapses. And scientists admit that predicting eruptions here is incredibly difficult because the rift is so active. The effects aren't limited to Africa. A major eruption could send volcanic ash into the atmosphere, disrupting flights, damaging crops, and affecting climate patterns across the world. We've seen what volcanoes can do, like the 2010 Iceland eruption that shut down global air travel for days. Now imagine something bigger, hotter, and more explosive. You might think this is far away from where you live, but the Earth is connected. A major volcanic eruption in Ethiopia could trigger ripple effects across continents, changing weather, creating ash clouds, and even cooling global temperatures. Plus, understanding Africa's rift helps scientists understand our planet's future. Continents have split and collided many times in Earth's history. We are witnessing one of those rare transformations with our own eyes. It's a reminder that Earth is alive, always shifting, always reshaping, and sometimes incredibly unpredictable. So, what's next for Africa? Scientists around the world are using satellites, drones, and ground sensors to monitor every movement of the East African Rift. Their simulations show that while Africa won't split completely anytime soon, the region could face more volcanic eruptions, more earthquakes, and more dramatic land shifts in the coming decades. The message is clear. The Earth's crust in Ethiopia is unstable, and the warning signs are already here. What happens next could reshape Africa, and maybe even the world.